Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
So
Good
today,
evening, ma'am.
for 2, 3, or
Good
4
evening.
Good
days.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So today, for 2, 3, or 4 days, howsoever much time it takes, I'm going to do this crash course 1 hour daily. I've jotted down 30 points, which are common mistakes made by the IELTS students, and I hope that these classes help you all. Okay, so let us begin. The first point that I have to teach is where to use and where not to use the. The is an article. Okay, where to use and where not to use. So the first point where we use the is with countries or places where the name refers to a group of islands or states. For example, the United States, the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates, the UK, the Netherlands, the Russian Republic, the Czech Republic. Now, I added these two names because these came in one graph for academic students, and there they had to use the before it, so that mistake was there. That is why I added these. Now, these are the places before which the comes. Okay. And all other places where it doesn't come. Now, the importance of this point is not only for the academic students, but also for the GT students, because in speaking, they say the Ludhiana, the Jalandhar, the Fagwada. That is wrong. Okay. No the before any other except these few. Just remember these few and then no the before any other place. Okay. Is that clear? The second is with
Yes, ma'am.
superlatives. Superlatives, adjectives comparison. You must have heard of good, better, and best. Good is the base form of the adjective, better is the comparative form, and best is the superlative form. So, with the third form of adjective or the superlative form of adjective, we use before the superlative, we use the, for example, the best, the highest, the longest, the maximum, the minimum. And you know how important this the is? This is a common mistake done by the academic students in the graph writing, right? I would like to have your input also from time to time, whether if you don't understand any point, we can spend a minute or two extra on that. But don't say yes unless and until you understand the things, okay?
Yeah.
The third thing here is with ordinal numbers. You know, there are two types of numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and first, second, third, fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4 are cardinal, and first, second, third, third, fourth are ordinal. So it's always the first, the second, the third. Okay. And this is also a common mistake made by the ELT students. Then when there is only one in the world, like the environment, the internet, the sun, the moon, the earth. Okay. So we use the before that. Then to refer to the only one in this particular area, like the government, the police, the river. अगर किसी city में कोई river जाती है उसकी बात करनी, you can say the river. Okay. In the phrase the same as. Now, this is very important because same word is used very often in the IELTS graph writing. This remained the same, especially in the maps. So the same, the always precedes the word same. Okay. So before, if you write same, just check whether you have put the before it or not. And it will really help you. This mistake will be lessened. Then we use the to identify one specific example. The number 7 is considered lucky. जो एक कोई specific example है. Now I give one more example to all my students about this. My father's name is Manmohan Singh, and you know our ex-prime minister was also Manmohan Singh. Like ex-prime minister is Manmohan Singh. So my father's name is also Manmohan Singh. Same age, almost the same height. Okay. And he was standing in the US in at Niagara Falls, I suppose, and one American came running to him. Are you Manmohan Singh? And my father says, yes, I am Manmohan Singh, but I am not the Manmohan Singh you are referring to. So you understand the importance of the word the? It's for something.
Yeah.
The okay. Now it's very important. In fact, it's more important to learn where we do not use the, because in the IELTS writing, I've seen students using the where it is not needed. Okay. So with a single country or place like America, England, China, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, Fagwada, no the comes before that. And when we generalize, we talk in plurals, then we do not use the. Okay. When we generalize something, we talk in plurals. So we do not use the. The second thing which I'm going to teach you here is agreement of the verb and noun. This is a very common mistake made by the IELTS students and very, very common. And if you don't make the mistakes that I'm going to talk about in these few grammar lessons, you will be done with the grammar part. I assure you it will be like 70-80% correct. And that is what is needed to go band 6.5 or 7 or even more than that. Okay. Now, agreement of verb and noun, singular verb with singular noun and plural verb with plural noun. This we use. Now, what is a singular verb? See, any verb which has an S in it is a singular verb. This is the recognition of the singular verb. This is my, you can say desi way to talk about it. Singular verb is which has an S. Okay. So, just one second. Okay. So singular verb has an S in it. If you use a plural noun, you must use a plural verb. Plural verbs are without an S. Just see are, were, have, do, and play. But if you use a singular noun, you must use a singular verb and see all the singular verbs. Is, it has an S. Was, it has an S. Has, it has an S. Does, plays, etc. So is that clear? Singular verb, singular noun, we use a singular verb. S verb, plural noun, we use a plural verb. We use a plural noun with, now plural noun, when we have to write about books, there are a lot of books on the table. Okay, a lot of books on the table. Numbers greater than 1, like we say 30, a lot of के बाद plural noun लगता है. A lot of के बाद plural noun लगता है. A lot of book नहीं हो सकता. With numbers greater than 1, like 30 है तो cars आएगा, car नहीं आ सकता. 100 है तो students लिखोगे, student नहीं लिख सकते. These look like very simple things, but believe me, these are the mistakes I check day in and day out when I check the notebooks of my students. Many. Now, this is such a common mistake, I'm telling you. The first topic sentence of the body paragraph, there are many reasons why this. Many के बाद reason लिखा होता है. Almost 50% students ने जो मेरे पास notebooks आती हैं, many reasons. Now, if this such a common basic mistake is made, now this creates a very bad impact. And many is not followed by plural. That means the examiner, you're telling him very basic grammar is also not, you're not comfortable with that. So please don't do this mistake. There are many reasons. There are many ways of doing something. There are many methods which can be used. There are many people in the hall. There are many students in the classroom. Okay. Yes, Firdaus, any question?
Yes, I just want to ask, ma'am, whenever we are using the word lot, we have to add a at the beginning before
Yes.
that.
You say there are a lot of books on the table, or you can also say there are lots of books. Then
Okay.
doesn't come. Then doesn't come. Okay.
Okay. Thank
There
you,
are
ma'am.
a lot of books and there are lots of books. Otherwise, this a lot of and lots of this, I recently only came to know that this is slightly informal. So many would be a better word. Okay. Otherwise, it's
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Like when we write there are many people in the group. So is
yes.
it people or peoples?
Peoples is no word. Person
No
is
word.
singular, people is plural. There is no word peoples. Yes, peoples is a word, but it refers to different races of peoples. Like if there is the different ethnicities, when you're talking of that, then you
Mhm.
can say the word peoples. It is not the plural of people. People
Right.
itself is a plural word. Okay.
Right.
Person
Right.
is
Ma'am. Thank
singular,
you.
people is plural. Many people. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Now there are, a lot of numbers greater than 1 and many. Okay. Now exception, there is an exception, and this exception, believe me, is very important, because this mistake also I keep checking day in and day out. Okay. Exception is when there is this word number and even one more word, percentage and proportion. So these words, iske baad, after these words, if this word is there in the sentence, then we use singular verb. For example, I'll tell you, this is a very, very common mistake. And my students say, no, ma'am, buses is there, it is plural. So it will be have, it will be a plural verb. The number of buses on the roads has increased. See, this has is not for buses. Okay, this is for the number. The number has increased. You get my point? Now, it's very important because if you frame your sentence like the buses on our roads have increased, then it will be have. But if the word number comes in the sentence, the number of buses has increased, then it is a singular verb. But after this word number, always we have a plural noun. Number of buses, the number of students in my class has increased. Okay, the number of students in my online class has increased today. I think the grammar class has fetched me a lot of new students also, right? So the number of students has increased. The number of buses has increased. The number of what you can say, the number of people visiting the cinemas has increased. Okay. Note
That means like when we are writing percentage, then the percentage of subjects has increased.
Yes, percentage of students opting for this stream has increased. Even
Ma'am,
with
ma'am, roads, it will be road.
what? Sorry,
Ma'am, the number of buses on our roads. So
on
if
our
I
road,
say,
even then it is, you know, the word number is there na. The number of buses on the roads has increased. See, number के बाद always noun plural आता है, but verb singular आता है. This verb is singular.
oh
Okay?
yes, ma'am.
Singular
Yes.
verb has an S. Whenever there is the word number in the sentence, whenever there is the word percentage in the sentence, even then it is the same rule. Singular verb. Okay?
Okay,
This is
ma'am.
very common mistake in the notebooks which I check in the graph writing especially. Okay? Then we use a singular noun. With singular noun kahan use hota hai? There is only one bedroom in the flat. ठीक है? So one के बाद singular noun with one. ठीक है? One के बाद singular noun आना है. A या an या one. A car, one student, an apple. इनके बाद singular noun आता है. Okay? Singular noun means जैसे student है, singular है ना? Bedroom है, singular है ना? So in words के बाद one के बाद singular आएगा, a के बाद singular, an के बाद singular, one के बाद singular. ठीक है? Note that some nouns can look plural but are singular. News, the news is very very shocking. Is very shocking. R नहीं लिखते इसके बाद. हालांकि ये plural लगता है. Is it? Have you understood this point? News. Mathematics is a difficult subject. R nahi aayega, even though it is looking plural, but it is singular. Is that clear? Even if it has an S, it is singular. And some nouns have a different form in the plural. For example, children. Children are playing. Men are working hard. Women are watching TV. People are. These have different form in the plural. See, children. What is the singular of children?
Child.
Men.
Men.
And women.
Woman.
Women. People.
Person.
Person. Very good.
Person.
Now, the third thing which we learn in this lesson is nouns which do not have a plural form, that is countable and uncountable nouns. Some nouns in English are uncountable. Uncountable nouns के बाद भी ना singular verb आता है. They do not have a plural form. Okay? We never say advices. Okay? We never say advertisings. We never say foods. These are always, you know, they are uncountable. They don't have a plural form. Okay? Furniture. Furniture's galat hai. Garbages is wrong. Informations is wrong. Knowledges is wrong. Monies is wrong. Shoppings is wrong. Times is wrong. Traffic is wrong. मतलब इनके plural नहीं है कोई. These are uncountable. Okay? So हमने कुछ कहना है. He gave me 4 advice. Will it be correct? 4 advices.
No,
No.
ma'am.
No. Okay. So these are always uncountable. They don't have a, they will be always followed by a singular verb. And singular verb is with an S in it. Knowledge is power. Okay. Money is everything. Shopping is a hobby. Time is precious. सब में S verb आ रहा है ना इसके बाद singular verb. Okay.
Yeah.
With uncountable nouns, you must use a little amount of much or some. How much money do you have? How many money would be wrong? Okay. The amount of traffic on the roads is increasing. Okay. The amount of traffic. We don't say, like we don't say traffic. So when we have to say lot of, then we say the amount of traffic. We use such words with uncountable nouns. ऐसे words use होते हैं. Okay. A singular verb. There was already a little furniture in the flat. So singular verb, there was. S verb आ गया ना? Furniture के बाद पहले इसके साथ. So furniture, it will always have an S verb because these are uncountable. Uncountable nouns carry an S verb with them. Okay, or have an S verb. If the noun is uncountable, you cannot use plural form. You cannot write advices, furnitures, garbages, informations, knowledges. Okay. An advice, a garbage, a knowledge. Nahi use kar sakte. He gave me an advice is wrong. A garbage, wrong. A knowledge, wrong. We cannot use with uncountable nouns. We cannot use a few, many, number of, a few shopping, many traffic, the number of knowledge. We cannot use such words. Okay. We cannot use a number with the uncountable nouns. We cannot say 3 travels, 4 furnitures. Okay. Now this is very important. Then a plural verb you cannot use with an uncountable noun. You always have to use a singular verb. And how do you recognize a singular verb? What alphabet does it have in it?
Uncountable.
S.
Yes.
S. Okay. So if you want to add a number to an uncountable noun, अगर आपको number add करना ही है किसी uncountable noun के साथ, how do you add? You can use a piece of, या some, a few pieces of. You can say a piece of advice. He gave me a piece of advice. You can say 3 pieces of furniture. You can say a few pieces of garbage. But there's no other way you can use this thing.
3 number of furniture.
3 pieces of furniture, not number. 3 pieces of furniture, 3 items of furniture. You can say that.
Okay.
Okay. But you cannot say 3 furniture. That would be wrong. You cannot use a number. But in case you have to add a number, then you use like this, a piece. You cannot say a advice, yeah, an advice, a piece of advice. 3 furniture wrong. 3 pieces of furniture is correct. Tika, a garbage is wrong. A few pieces of garbage is correct. Right? Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, let me test what you have learned.
और मैं writing में भी ऐसे लिख सकते हैं ना, मतलब 3 pieces of a table.
3 pieces of table. Table तो countable है. Table is countable. Got it?
Okay, ma'am.
Now let us see. Let me test you, because without testing, the whole class will go again. It will go waste. Okay. Now one by one, I'll name the student. He will answer. Okay. And वैसे the people who have not entered the hall with their name, the class with their name, I'm not going to let them in the second time. Okay. Your hairstyle is not same as mine, Dharman. Correct it.
Your hairstyle is not the same as mine.
Very good. The number of garbages we produce is increasing. And there are 2 mistakes in this. 071744. Answer it. Okay. Alina, answer this. The number of garbages we produce is increasing. 2 mistakes in this sentence.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Jayada. Yes.
The number of garbage we produce are increasing.
2 mistakes. 1 mistake you have corrected and you've not corrected.
The amount.
And you've added another mistake. So your sentence again has the
A
same
piece
number
of garbage we
The piece
produce
of
is
garbage.
increasing.
No.
The amount of garbage we produce is increasing.
Yes. This is the amount of. When we have to use this, garbages is wrong. You know that it is garbage. But before this, you cannot use number of. You will say amount of. Okay? The amount of garbage. Now, where did I teach this word? I'll show you now. Okay? Now you will remember. This is, just see this. Amount of garbage. When you have to use, see, with uncountable nouns, you must use what? A little, amount of, much, some. Uncountable words, मैंने कराया आपको. What do we use with it? Amount of, much, or some, or a little. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm coming back to the test. Okay? So the amount of garbage we produce is increasing. Next, Anu, correct,
Ma'am?
there are two mistakes.
My tutor was very helpful. He gave me one very good about how to study.
He gave me a good advice.
वो very साथ में नहीं आए.
He gave me one very
He gave you one piece of,
yes.
A piece of advice.
Ah, very
piece of
good.
advice.
My tutor was very helpful. He gave me one very good piece of advice about how to study.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, third. Now this fourth sentence, this will be done by Arshdeep. Two mistakes in this.
sorry, ma'am.
All right, Firdaus. Ruvil.
Yes, ma'am.
Firdaus.
I was surprised by the number of times it took us to reach the castle. Two mistakes are there.
Yes.
Times.
No, I took this class in my offline center today, and I realized that without the test, what I am teaching you will not be. Now you are learning, right? Now you all are learning. So I'll not hurry up with these classes. Instead of having 3 classes, I can have 4 or 5, but I'll not hurry up.
No, ma'am, I'm not able to find.
See, times is not wrong. You know that it doesn't have a plural. Time doesn't have a
Amount of time.
Amount
Okay.
of time.
yes, and with uncountable, you will use amount of, not number of. Okay, so 2 mistakes. I was surprised by the amount of time it took us to reach the castle. Correct?
Yeah.
Next, Faiza. 5th sentence, 1 mistake. You can volunteer to answer.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes.
Yes, you need a great deal of knowledge to become a doctor.
Yes, knowledge. That is one. Knowledge is wrong. Next, 6, 2 mistakes. Indrajit.
May I?
Yes.
The information.
Yes.
The information we were given by the tour guide were not very helpful.
One mistake.
Was not
taken out. One mistake.
Was not very helpful.
Information was not. Okay. S. See, you will have a singular verb with uncountable noun. Information is uncountable. Okay. Next. Okay, who will answer it? One person first raise the hand. Silky, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. When we visited the park, we were upset to see so many amount of garbage left there.
नहीं many की जगह क्या आएगा? Garbages का तो garbage कर दिया आपने. Many के लिए क्या आएगा?
Much.
Yes.
Much garbage left there.
Much garbage left there. Okay. When we visited the park, we were upset to see so much garbage left there. Okay. Gagandeep, next.
We arrived late because there were so many traffic on the road. So we were 2 mistakes. So one is instead of many, too much.
Yes. So much. Okay.
So much traffic on the road. And the first one is we arrived late because there was.
Yes. Very good. Very good. We arrived late because there was so much traffic on the road. Okay. Next sentence. Next sentence. Next, who will do? Who is next? Volunteer, yeah. Come on.
9 number. I can't wait to visit the market and do a little shopping.
A few.
Instead of
Little, yes, a little is correct, or you can say some also. Okay. I can't wait to visit the market and do some shopping. A little shopping. Okay.
A
Because
little
little is
shopping.
for uncountable and this is uncountable. Okay. Yes. Next, 3 mistakes in this. Yes. Who will take on this challenge?
Ma'am, may I?
The furniture in the hotel room
Yes.
was quite old.
Was quite old, but
Was quite old.
They was very.
But
They was very
it was
comfortable.
Furniture in the hotel was
You were very,
quite old, but there was very comfortable.
नहीं नहीं
you
अभी
were
रहेगी
much
mistake.
comfortable.
नहीं,
the
नहीं,
number of
it was
furniture
very
in the
comfortable.
नहीं,
But
नहीं,
it
नहीं.
was very comfortable.
Furniture.
But it was, yes.
It was very comfortable.
The furniture in the hotel room was quite old, but it was.
It was very
Was
comfortable.
comfortable.
Okay, so these are, it was, they were nahi, it was. Okay, next one mistake.
I don't have much time.
Much time.
I
Wait,
don't have
let
much
me-
time
let
to
me
complete
take
my
the
assignment.
student, na? ऐसे तो there's a lot of hotspot, nobody is learning. Okay, I don't have many time to complete my assignment. Who will correct it?
much time.
I don't
हाँ,
have much time to
अच्छा.
I
complete my
don't have
assignment.
I don't have much time to complete my assignment. Okay. When I did a search on my computer, I could only found a few information about the topic. One mistake.
I could only found a little information.
I could only find
found us some information.
Found a little information. Okay, a little. The number of women studying science increased dramatically last year. One mistake.
Women.
The amount of
women.
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 Who said the amount of women? है? So किसी ने तो women का भी amount बना दिया. भाई ये किसी के पीछे बहुत शोर है. I'm muting you
Number of
all.
women studying science.
Now unmute one person who has to speak. There is a lot of noise behind someone. So मेरे को फिर वो मुश्किल हो रही है. The number of women studying science increased dramatically. So यहाँ पे क्या आना है?
Women.
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 Women. Okay. Now because देखो आपने ये पढ़ा था ना कि number word आ जाए तो उसके बाद noun कौन सा आता है? Plural. Okay. So what this is a singular noun, you have to turn it to plural. Okay, the number of women. Okay. Now this next exercise, one by one. Okay. So Dharman, first sentence.
Okay, ma'am. The garbage is collected every Tuesday.
Correct. HP, second sentence.
Advertising in the school newsletter is a waste of time.
Very good. Next, third, Jashan.
A lot of food in restaurants are thrown away every day. Sorry.
Wrong.
Is thrown away.
Yes. Food is uncountable. Singular verb.
Singular, yeah.
Next, iPhone. iPhone वगैरह को आने ही नहीं देना था अंदर. Silky, कल से I'm making you the co-host, and nobody without a name will enter. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Fourth question.
Many ideas for new products never reach
Fifth,
the manufacturing
your
stage.
turn for the fifth. Yes.
My sister gave me a lot.
Lot of
My
advice,
sister
ma'am.
gave me a lots of advice.
My sister gave me lots of advice that
Was very useful.
was very useful. Okay, next is Alina.
Over 300 students signed the petition for a new study area.
Yes, after a number it will be plural. 300 students. Aryan, next. Aryan.
Yes, ma'am. There are
Bolo.
lots of similarities between your country and mine.
There are a lot of similarities between your country and mine. Next,
Mine.
Sandeep Kumar.
There are more women.
There are more women on. Yes, there are. Very good. Ninth, Priyanka.
The number of buses on our road have increased each year.
Has आना है बेटे. नंबर वर्ड आ गया. नंबर वर्ड आ गया तो एस वर्ब आना है. आज सिखाया, अभी आप गलत लगा रहे हो. Okay. Number of buses on our roads has increased. Okay, even if the noun is plural, it will be the singular verb because the number word is there in the sentence. Okay. Next, Dhruvil, Gary, Gursimran, Hardik, Harjot, Harleen.
The children are playing in the street.
The children, very good. Next, anybody?
The number of men studying science.
Men studying science.
The number of men. Number word के बाद plural आता है. Next, Deepak, are you there?
There are lots of people.
Lots of नहीं है word. पहले तो ठीक पढ़ो.
There are a lot of people in my class.
Yes, a lot of के बाद plural आना है. Very good. Next.
I found it very interesting.
I found it
very interesting. Next.
The news was very upsetting.
was very
upsetting.
upsetting.
News was आएगा. Very good. Next.
How many classes?
How many classes?
Classes you have today. Next.
A person I really admire is my
Person I really admire is my uncle.
Next.
My father watches.
watches a lot of sports on TV.
Sports on TV.
My father watches.
Watches.
Very good. Yes, next is look at the following advertisements and fill in the gap in each question using one of the phrases given below. और ये phrases हैं. These are the phrases. You have to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 हैं. And there are 7, 8 questions कुछ repeat होंगी. Okay, now first question. Dash food
Is there
in the rent.
how is there
How much food in the rent? No.
How much food?
is there food included in
Included
the
in the rent.
हाँ, how much नहीं आएगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे is नहीं है. So यहाँ पे क्या आएगा?
is there
Is food. Is there नहीं आना. Is food included in the rent? Is आना है. Okay. Next करो.
Okay.
Is there a lot of
Is there a lot of traffic in the area?
Is there a lot of traffic in the
Is there
area?
a lot of
Is
traffic?
there?
Next.
Is there any other transport nearby?
Is there any other transport nearby? ठीक है. Next.
how
much?
how much
No, please later. Take them out.
Does the electricity?
Are there
How
any
much?
pets in the house?
Are there any pets in the house? Yes.
How
there are
many?
lot.
No.
How many
Is
money?
how
any
much
pets or any pets?
How much
How
money?
many money? How many money?
how much
How much?
How much money?
How much money? Next.
People are living.
how many people are living
How
How
many
many
people are living in the house?
Okay. Next.
Is there a lot of furniture?
A lot
Yes.
of
A lot
furniture
of
in the
furniture
room.
in the room.
Is there. Now you have to fill using a word from the box. Make any changes which are necessary. Okay. So these are the words. You can change them. कुछ plural कर सकते हो, कुछ कर सकते हो. Okay. Yeah, you can add anything with them to make the sentence correct. All right. First, the travel agency was hopeless. They didn't even give us one useful
advice
Advice.
galat, wrong.
One useful
Piece of advice.
Transport, I
Yes.
don't know, ma'am.
a piece
One
of
useful
advice.
piece of advice. You have to add, you have to change,
Yes,
you have to add it nicely. One useful advice is wrong. Okay?
of
It will be
advice.
one useful piece of advice. Now, is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The number of new dash being built in our area has doubled. The number of new
The
Houses.
number of new
Houses,
houses.
New
houses.
houses.
Very good. Most large dash operate on a global scale.
Most large company
Company.
Companies.
operate on
Companies.
global scale
Companies.
nowadays.
Most large company will be wrong.
Companies.
Companies.
It will be plural.
Companies.
Yes.
Companies.
Many dash believe that globalization has both
Many people.
advantages and
People.
disadvantages.
Many
Yes,
people believe.
Many birds.
Many people.
के बाद plural आना है, people आएगा. Today in my
People.
country, school age dash do not exercise as much as in the past. School age what?
Children.
Children.
Very
Children.
good, very good. The blades of the fan are made of
Plastic.
Plastic.
plastic, not plastics. Plastics कोई word नहीं है. Plastic, uncountable. Okay. There are several kinds of dash in my hometown, but my favorite is
Birds
the ferry.
in my hometown.
There are
Birds.
several
Birds.
kinds of
Transport.
Transport.
ferry के लिए क्या होएगा word यहाँ पे?
Transport.
Transport.
हाँ, transport plural नहीं है, transport ही आना है. अच्छा. There has been an increase in the number of native dash killed by cats. Number of native
Pet.
Birds.
birds. Number आ गया तो birds plural down आएगा. ठीक है?
Yes.
ओके अब इसमें ना 14 मिस्टेक्स हैं. सिल्की आप काउंट रखना कितनी बच्चे निकाल रहे हैं, एक एक करके काउंट करेंगे, देखेंगे ऑल 14 निकली के नहीं. वन मिस्टेक, फर्स्ट मिस्टेक दरमन यू टेक आउट.
The globalization has had an enormous impact on many parts of the world.
When we generalize, you have missed out the first mistake. When we generalize, do we use the?
Parts.
When we generalize, we do not use the. This is the rule you have
Globalization
learned
has
today.
had
Yes.
ये शोर किसके पीछे है?
Globalization has an enormous impact
Yeah,
on
yeah,
many
I'm
part of.
muting you all first. Unmute one by one. Okay. आपको मैंने I taught you today that when you generalize, you do not use the. Where not to use the. Did you learn that today? Here
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
generalizing. So will
Yes,
it
ma'am,
the
but I-
globalization or only globalization?
only
Only
globalization.
globalization.
Only globalization.
This was the first mistake, Dharman, which you did not take out. Second mistake, Harleen.
Yeah,
Take
parts.
out the second mistake.
Parts.
Parts of the
On
world.
many parts of the world.
Third mistake, Firdaus.
There are
Nowadays, even in some of the most remote
of
parts
the
of the world, we can connect to
The internet.
the internet and connect. Very good. Third mistake taken out. However, there is advantage and disadvantage to this. There are three mistakes in this sentence.
It has, ma'am.
नहीं, it has तो बिल्कुल wrong है.
there are advantages.
There
There
are
are.
There are. यहाँ पे क्या आएगा?
There are
advantages
advantage and disadvantage to this.
Wrong.
Advantages.
R आ गया.
Advantages.
So
तो यहाँ क्या
advantages
आएगा?
and disadvantages.
Disadvantages.
S आएगा.
हाँ.
Plural आएगा.
However, see the correct sentence will be, however, there are advantages and disadvantages to this.
Yeah.
Okay. One dash one.
Disadvantages.
Disadvantages.
S will not come. S will
यहाँ
not.
पे S नहीं आना. आप
Yes,
काट ही
ma'am.
नहीं रहे हो, disadvantages बोल रहे हो. One के बाद plural आएगा कि singular आएगा?
Singular.
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 No S. One disadvantage, for example, is that the local culture and language can be affected. It can also mean that local businesses has to reduce their price.
Have.
Have to.
Local businesses is plural.
Have.
उसके बाद plural verb.
Business has to
Have to reduce their price to compete with bigger overseas companies. However, there are advantages. For example, globalization can bring more business to a small area, which is good for the local economy. It may also help to stop young person moving away from more remote area. Young
people.
young persons कर लो या young people.
Young people.
Yes, young people moving away from more remote area.
From
Areas.
It is areas.
from
If
my
a young person have the chance to run a business,
Has.
Has
Yeah,
the chance.
And
few
be
people.
successful no matter where he or she lives, then perhaps more people will choose to stay in these smaller communities. It also means that news from around the world are available to everyone.
Is
Is
available.
available.
Is
Is
available
available.
to everyone, and this can also reduce the feeling of isolation. Now, with the 14 mistakes, this paragraph is 5 band. Okay.
Ma'am, one more thing, ma'am.
Yes.
In the third sentence, like third paragraph, even in some of most part of the words, we cannot use the in front of the word.
कहाँ पे?
Some of most, like third sentence, third line.
हाँ, यहाँ पे
Some of
in many parts of the world. वो द तो आना है?
no, just below this, remote parts of the world.
Of
So
the
there is
यहाँ
no
पे द
the.
आना है. Yes. This mistake we missed out. Yes.
Ma'am,
The very good.
Afterward.
Yes. Okay.
Ma'am, I missed the first one. The globalization, ma'am.
No,
Why
it is
we not
is
use
wrong.
the
Globalization. We are generalizing. Globalization has that, and the globalization would be wrong. It would mean some specific type of globalization, which is wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Now you see, I'm telling you one thing. What I have noticed is during my teaching career, coaching students of IELTS career, students who don't make the mistakes which have been made in this passage. Okay, they write everything like this. All the points are correct. Everything is correct. But these 14 mistakes are there. Okay, with 14 mistakes, the band score is 5.
Yeah.
Okay, with more than 6 mistakes like 7, 8, 9, 10, band score is never more than 6. With even a 9 band writing like this, all the points correct, everything. When you have no such mistakes and with very simple essay, you get a 7 or 7 plus. These are the mistakes which count. These are the mistakes you have to bring down. You get my point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now we have this. Okay. Fill in the gaps using one of the words from the box. Decide whether you need to add the. अब आपको decide करना है the लगना है कि नहीं. Okay. ये countries हैं, ये numbers दिए हुए हैं, ये words हैं. Faroe Islands, internet, largest, list, Malta, number 1. Same, Sweden, table, United Kingdom, United. ये थोड़ा छोटा करूंगी नहीं तो दिखेगा नहीं इकट्ठा. ठीक है? So should I just increase the font a bit so that you can see everything?
Yeah. Okay for us.
Okay. So let's see how much font I have to reduce. Okay. So that everything comes in one picture. I'll bring it down to, first I'll bring it down to 18 and see. No. Then I'll bring it down to 16 and check.
14.
Okay. 16 में आ गया. Okay. Now you will fill in and पहले इसको थोड़ा सा study कर लो. Okay. सबसे ऊपर country है न्यूजीलैंड. इसके सबसे ज्यादा number of people accessing the internet. What is this word? What is the pronunciation?
Accessing. It's
Yes.
accessing.
Accessing. Anybody who will pronounce it as assessing? Anybody raise your hand?
Accessing is something else.
Accessing.
Anybody who thinks it is assessing? All right. Chalo. New Zealand is on the top. Then Iceland, Sweden, Malta, Faroe Islands, Greenland, South Korea, Australia, Finland, United Kingdom. I'll come back to it if it has to be seen. Now, okay. अब ना ये देखो इनमें से कौन सा यहाँ पे वर्ड आएगा इनमें से dash shows the top 10 countries in term of internet users. पहले तो देखो ये क्या है. Is this a line graph? Or is it what is it? It is a table. So the dash, okay, dash shows the top 10 countries in terms of internet usage. Which word from here?
Table.
अब टेबल से आपको 5 बैंड मिलेंगे. क्या करना चेंज?
The table.
The table. Okay. You are talking of this specific table.
Yeah,
so
table is
the table. Okay. The table shows the top 10 countries in terms of internet usage. Now, next dash country is New Zealand, which has dash number of internet users. अब यहाँ से देखो डैश कंट्री इज न्यूजीलैंड। यहाँ पे देखो ये कौन सी है?
Number 1 country.
क्या आएगा?
Number 1.
Largest.
अभी भी गलत है दर्मन।
The largest country.
Number one. The number one country is
Number
Finland.
one.
Okay, which has dash
Which
number
has
of
the
internet users.
Which has
Largest.
number of
Which has largest. Okay. अब largest के पहले कुछ नहीं लगाया तो 5 बैंड है।
the largest.
हाँ,
Which has the largest number.
yes, which has the largest number of internet users.
Superlative.
Dash is at the bottom of the dash. Dash is at the bottom of the dash. अब ये देख लो।
Bottom is United Kingdom.
अब जिन्होंने यूनाइटेड किंगडम के पहले द नहीं लगाया उनके 5 बैंड है। कौन है 5 बैंड वाले महारथी?
The United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom. Okay. The United Kingdom
is
at the bottom of the
list.
The list. के आप बात कर रहे हो, the list आएगा। Surprisingly, dash does not feature in the top 10 at all. What does not feature in the top 10 at all? इनमें से देखो।
US.
इसमें कौन सी कंट्री है जो इसमें नहीं है? Okay.
The United States.
हाँ, the
United
United States does not list in the top 10 at all. Okay. Surprisingly, the United States does not feature in the top 10 at all. However, a little known group of islands called, यार किसी के पीछे बहुत शोर है। Surprising, okay. However, a little known group of islands called dash. अब islands कौन से हैं यहाँ पे? ये हाँ, अब इसके पहले द आएगा कि नहीं? आएगा द, आपको कराया था जो ग्रुप ऑफ आइलैंड्स है उसके पहले द आएगा। However, a little known group of islands called the Faroe Islands. Okay, द आना है बेटे, एस वाला वर्ड है ना, एस वाली कंट्री है जिसमें ग्रुप है। ओके, so, मेरी लिस्ट में नहीं था,
मैंने दो ही बोला था।
हाँ, द Faroe Islands, यहाँ पे द आना है। ओके, is ranked fifth in Faroe Islands is ranked fifth in
the world.
The world. Very good. The world. Dash and dash are ranked third and fourth. Dash and dash are ranked third and fourth.
In the world.
Dash and dash.
In the list.
In the list.
हाँ, वो तो in the list है ना, but dash and dash भी तो भरो। मैं दिखा रही थी आपको। In the list तो है ही नहीं यहाँ पे। Okay, is rank, अच्छा ये मेरा is ranked fifth in, यहाँ पे the list आना, ठीक है। यहाँ पे dash and dash are ranked third and fourth। अब third and fourth देख लो क्या है, देख लिए?
Sweden and
the Sweden,
Malta.
The Sweden and the Malta किसने बोला है?
No, that
Sweden and
मेरे पास
Sweden and Malta.
मेरे शुक्र है मेरे पास नहीं बैठे। Now I'm pulling your the ears electronically. I'm pulling your ears. Who has said the Sweden and the Malta?
Sweden and Malta.
Sweden and Malta. Okay, not the. Okay, both have almost dash number of users. यहाँ से देखो कौन सा word आता है? Dash.
The same number.
The same number of users with over 75,500 people per 1 lakh accessing
internet.
Accessing internet 5 band, accessing the internet 7 band.
Accessing the internet.
Your choice. लगाना है कि नहीं? Okay. Now this was first, and it has taken us quite some time with the test. But without the test, this class was 0.
Yeah.
Remember, without the test, this class was 0. Now I'll be teaching you the second, the second 3 things which I have to teach you, and the test I will take tomorrow. Okay. I'm not sharing the test because I want to see how much you learned from it. Okay.
Accessing.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you share today's class in the app?
Screen sharing. Difficult. Yes. Okay. Now this is the fourth thing out of the 30 things. The fourth thing which I have to teach you today is where to use the simple present tense or the present simple tense. Okay. This is very important. Because see, when I tell all my students that for getting a 7 plus in the IELTS, you do not need to learn 12 tenses. You need only 6. And can anybody tell me which 6?
Present tense.
All 4 present, like present simple, present perfect, present continuous, present perfect
Continuous.
continuous, and simple
Past
past and simple future.
Simple past
Okay?
and continuous.
These
And
are the 6. No other tense you need. Just 6 tenses you do well, and you'll crack the IELTS with 7 or 7 plus. Okay. We use the present simple tense when first to make general statements about our world. The earth moves around the sun. To show a pattern, habits, or general truth, people work in order to meet their basic needs. I brush my teeth daily. General truth, the sun rises in the east. Ye to upar aa gaya na, general statement about the world.
no, the earth.
So this is habits or general truths, okay? People work hard to meet their basic needs. With adverbs of frequency, we always use present simple. Always. ये always word use आ गया sentence में. कौन सा tense आएगा? Simple present. Usually, I usually go there. Often, I often do this. Sometimes I do that. Simple present. Never, I never go there. I never do this. I never went there. ऐसे ये simple present लगता है इनके साथ. People who are too lazy to walk often use their cars instead. Often use their cars. Okay. So इनके साथ present simple लगता है in words के साथ with adverbs of frequency. With expressions such as nowadays, these days, today. Okay. With a general meaning. Many students today do their research via computer rather than through books. Today, nowadays, these days, simple present. For verbs showing opinions or feelings, I believe, I think, I hope. I think we should all do as much as we can to improve our environment. And very important, this point, when you tell the story of a movie or a novel, this I realized only a few days back while I was listening to a student's cue card about a book he read. A story of a movie or a book. Story, when you have to share the story, it's always in the present simple. Okay? But when you get the story, okay, talk about a movie you watched recently and like there you will use a mixture of tenses, because when you will tell that when you went to watch it, it will be past tense. But when you come to the story of the movie, it will be in the present simple tense. For example, in the movie Bhagwan, Amitabh Bachchan has 4 sons. Even today, he has 4 sons in the movie, right? 10 years ago, when you told the story, Amitabh Bachchan has 4 sons. Even today, in the movie, he has 4 sons who do not look after him. He has an adopted son who looks after him. Everything in the
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. Can you repeat?
What?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
All right. So it is.
Your voice is breaking.
Is it okay now? Is it clear now?
Please, ma'am, repeat
Yes,
the
ma'am.
last sentence
Last
about the
sentence is, when we tell the story of a movie or a book, we use the present simple tense. Okay? We use the present simple tense. Okay? Then we form the present simple tense with the base form of the verb. We add s or es to the verb when you use it with the third person singular. Ab dekho, ye bahut important hai. You know what is the first person singular? I ke saath s ya es verb nahi lagta. I play, I watch. It is the first person singular, no s verb. Okay, second person singular, you play, you watch. This is also no s. Okay, third person singular, we use s verbs. He plays, she plays, it plays. He watches, she watches, it watches. First person plural, we play, we watch, no s verb. Second person plural, you play, you watch, no s verb. Third person plural, they play, they watch, no s verb. So where do you use s or es? Third person singular. Okay. So these are singular verbs. S verbs are singular verbs. In the first lesson, which I told you, with uncountable nouns also we use singular verbs. With the singular things we use singular verbs. But third person singular also we use singular verb. Is that correct?
दे के साथ प्ले के साथ नहीं लगेगा हम दे.
दे प्ले आएगा ना, दे प्लेज नहीं आएगा, दे प्ले. देखो that is third person plural. They play, they plays is wrong, they watches is wrong.
Okay.
ठीक है. Only third person singular के साथ s verb आना. ठीक है.
Ma'am, one more thing.
Yes.
Like we can also use the present indefinite tense in such cases, like when the time is fixed, like if the restaurant like opens at 8 a.m. that time we don't also use the future tense, right?
That also is the restaurant opens. That is daily thing, na? This second point.
Yes,
Sure
ma'am.
pattern. The restaurant opens at 6 a.m., 9 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, that is a pattern.
Okay.
That is general.
Okay.
Everything is
Okay.
covered here. Okay, that is.
Okay.
Now this is the fifth point which you have to learn. There are 30 total points. Some points will take less time and some will take more time. But the fifth point here is we talk about how to write large numbers. This is very important. Students, they are very confused in this, in the graph writing also. When we talk about a specific large number, we do not add s to the number. For example, 200,000. It's a specific. We don't say 200. We say 200,000. We don't say 200,000. Simple way to learn it is with any number, it is always without an s. 1,000, million, 100. It is not, 100 students are there in the class. 100 is wrong. So 10 million people came to the concert. Okay. The noun that follows is always plural. See, 10 million people, not peoples. For 200,000 students, not student. Okay. Noun is always plural, but there is no s here when there is a number before it. Okay. There must have been at least 3,000 students at the protest. 3,000 students. 3,000s nahi. Aur yahan pe student nahi, students. We use the plural form of large numbers plus of to give an approximate. Agar humne s lagana na, the sentence will not have a number in it. See, there must have been thousands of students at the protest. Here it is thousands, because see, before thousands, is there any number? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No, after thousands, no number. So if there is no number associated, then it is thousands, millions. Okay. We can use a instead of one. One is more formal. If I won $1 million, okay, I would probably take a year off and travel around the world. If I won $1 million, can anybody speak out this sentence? Let me ask somebody of you. Okay. Aryan. Read
Yes,
out.
ma'am.
Yes.
If I won $1 million, I would
Yeah,
probably
in my offline class today, students were pronouncing this word as won. Many students pronounce it as won. Won is wrong. It is
नहीं mistake
won.
mistake निकालनी है.
No. I just wanted to see if you pronounce it correct.
Okay.
The president promised to increase the health budget by $1 million. One number आ गया ना, यहाँ पे millions नहीं आना. But आगे जो noun है उसमें s आएगा. Dollar नहीं dollars. Okay. We usually use numerals for numbers that cannot be written in one or two words. अगर ऐसा कोई number है जिसको आप one या two words में नहीं लिख सकते, if you cannot write it, then you always write it as numeral. Okay. If you have to use it as a word, then what will you say? 2,01,967 people, which would be wrong. Na? Then you write the number. Got it? Okay. Supposing ये सारे zeros होते, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 और 2 होता, फिर आप क्या लिख सकते थे? But dash people attended last year, but 2
million.
2 million. Then you can use 2 million. You can use it in one or two words, then write it in words. Otherwise, write it as numerals. Got it? You should write fractions in words. Fractions को words में लिख सकते हो. 500,000, 1/3 of a million, 1/3 of a million, 3/4 of a million, 1 and a quarter million, 1 3/4 million. Okay. According to the chart, in 2004, over 500,000 Ukrainians went to the cinema. ठीक है? So 500,000 ये number आ गया ना, तो ये s नहीं आएगा. Ukrainian noun जो follow करेगा उसमें s आएगा. This is a correct sentence. Okay. Now this is sixth thing that I'm teaching you, because total are 30. 6. So 5 days of these classes I'll be covering. Okay, all these things. The use of there. Where do we use there? Okay, we use there to say that something exists. We use there is with the singular subject and there are with the plural subject. Okay, there is an oak tree in my garden. एक oak tree है तो क्या आएगा यहाँ पे? There is. Okay. We don't say it is an oak tree or there have an oak tree. We say there is an oak tree. Something exists. कुछ चीज है. Exist करना means होना. Okay. There are some great movies on at the cinema. Not they are some. There are some great movies. So there are. अगर यहाँ पे plural है, there are आएगा. अगर singular है, तो यहाँ पे there is आएगा. We use there is and there are to give new information. We use it is or they are to talk about something that has already been referred to. अब ये ध्यान से देखो, compare करो. There is a present for you on the table. मैंने पहली बार present की बात करी. How will I say? There is a present for you. The first time the word present has been mentioned. Okay. What is it that you are carrying? John, it is a present for my sister. दूसरी बार वो present की बात हुई तो क्या हो गया? It is. There is नहीं. Got it? First time बात करी, there is. Second time, it is. Okay? It. What John is carrying, उसके लिए it आएगा. We do not use the auxiliary verb do to form questions and negatives with there is and there are. Are there any clean glasses in the cupboard? Okay, we don't say do are there any clean glasses, वो wrong हो जाता है. There isn't a map in the car. Do there is a map, वो गलत हो जाता है. There cannot be left out in certain things. For example, we say there is a pan of soup and there are some bowls in the kitchen. Not there is a pan of soup and there are some bowls in the kitchen. We cannot say there is a pan of soup and are some bowls. Here you have to use their word again because पहला singular है, there is. और यहाँ पे bowls are plural, so there are, you cannot avoid writing it again. There is a pan of soup and there are some bowls in the kitchen. Is that clear? So
Yes,
out of 30 things, 6 I've taught, but tomorrow we'll do the test of these 3 and we'll continue with the next. Okay, we'll try to be quick. So this class, the recording will be put up. You revise from there. No PDFs are to be shared here because that is a shortcut. You should take your notes while you are attending the class and you can very well attend it from the video. I'll be putting it very soon. All right. So see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the class and I hope you learned something today. The mistakes you were doing, you have been doing. Did you learn also anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Specifically the.
Yes. All
Ma'am.
right. Bye.